Alright, welcome back. Okay, so in the last update, we finished up Oswald's story. Now it's time to move on to the next story, Fate. This is Velvet's chapter. And she is the last character in Odin Sphere. We've seen Velvet around in other character stories a little bit, but we kind of got like little bits and pieces about her story. So now we get to play it, fill in the rest of the gaps. Oh, we're starting off with Cornelius.
Cornelius. He squeezed my hand so tightly.
Forgive me. I cannot help but keep you close. But soon I must depart. My father awaits. Can you meet me here again?
I shall be waiting.
Your promise gives me strength.
Aw, they're smitten with each other.
Temporary separation.
He's gonna turn to a puka. By her asshole brother. Hey, look, it's Scully. He's alive.
How dare you? How long have you been there?
Must I turn him into a frog to make you give him a...
Aha, I get it. It's because that's what happens.
Wake up,
Okay.
Velvet. He is a prince. We are but vagabonds. Your love amounts to nothing.
That's why we don't wear undershirts.
Don't be jealous, Ingwe. King Valentine's blood runs through you both. You are the last living heirs. You shall restore the throne.
Silence. Skaldi, go tell Urza that I shall be successful in my plans.
Aye.
Well, I'm off to get stabbed. Later.
A king, eh? So they want us bastards conceived in treachery, linked to our grandfather's bloody throne? I think not.
Please don't talk about our mother that way.
Velvet, it would seem you have forgotten about the curse she set on us.
Oh boy.
I have not forgotten.
No, you have. Now, read this once again. Read the prophecy our mother wrote. 'Tis written clearly.
Ingwe is very passionate right now.
Unavoidable curse and death shall be unleashed upon us both. Our mother, who could see the future, wished death upon us.
We abandoned our mother first. 'Twas inevitable she would curse us.
Had we not abandoned her, that crazed king would have executed us as well.
This is a lot to unpack, like, right at the gate.
At least we would not have to suffer under a curse cast by our own mother.
That doesn't mean that the curse she has predicted will come true.
Oh, can you see the future now, like Mother in Hindle? I'm sorry, Velvet. I spoke too strongly. Let us
Calm
go.
down, Ingwe.
Hold on to this.
At the very least, you get to hang out with Mercedes later on. That's nice, right?
My dear children, eventually an inevitable curse. Curse and death shall be thrown upon the two of you. Mother.
Mother's note has been added. Let's give it a quick little read. The cauldron guides the way to Armageddon with its final stone. I feel like Ingwe might be reading a little too into this, like, whole curse thing. I don't know if she specifically said, I curse you two children for abandoning me. Anyway, here's Velvet's moveset. Yeah, she uses chains, so she's got a pretty decent reach. And she can swing around like Spider-Man. And her basic combo is very dancey in comparison to everybody else's. Hey, it's Hendel.
Why hath my slumber been disturbed?
You possess the gift of foresight. I seek an answer from you.
Unfortunately, I cannot assist you. When I speak, fairies and humans misinterpret my words and lose their perspectives. I have stopped gazing into the future.
I am of King Valentine's bloodline. I had heard that you were close to the royal family.
Sheep are close to humans as food, not friends. So too are dragons. We have never been friends of man.
Yeah, Wagner can attest to that.
I see. So you are Velvet. I have had visions of your arrival. I guess this is the time.
If you knew I was coming, then you know why I am here.
As your mother said, a curse and death surround your own demise. 'Tis nothing to fear. No life can escape death.
We all die eventually.
When life ends, a world is sealed.
If you know my fate, you know that it is pointless to discuss my death.
Yes, that is correct.
Please
I
tell me
don't
what
know
the
if it's ever
future
mentioned in the
holds.
story. I think it might come up eventually. But
Everything has
Velvet's
already
chain,
been
her cipher is called Gravril.
I have
I'm probably
nothing
butchering
more
the hell out of that pronunciation.
The path to take will be indicated by your mentor.
My mentor?
Death cannot be avoided, but fate can be redirected.
Are you
Keep hearing about these
suggesting destiny
prophecies.
can be changed?
I assume it's Ragnarok.
Though I be not rewarded, I must serve my purpose.
You know, thankless job.
Until, as the prophecy states, the Shadow Knight from the Fairy Kingdom takes my life. Deny fate if you wish. That is your duty in your demise. You shall visit here once more. At that time, my friend shall attend to you.
That probably means Wagner.
Now, please go.
So this is like right before Oswald's story gets started.
Even sinners before their execution.
Like right before.
Prayer. Please do not interfere.
And then Oswald came and stabbed him. Just so the Fairy Kingdom could flex a little bit. Well, we're back in the Puka Village.
Why, Princess Velvet. If I knew you would be visiting, I would have had some tea ready. Are you still in the castle in the forest? It's quite far from anything.
It is a very nice castle, but it's almost like a prison out there.
Everyone needs to believe that you and Ingwe are the only survivors of the destruction of Valentine.
Princess Velvet, have you been studying? This is a
I think
perfect
that's
time
Grant
to review
George.
our nation's history. The kingdom of Valentine was
I
created
feel
after
like I
our
hear it in his
ancestors
voice.
first came to Arion.
I might be
Our
wrong.
exceptional skills in magic and technology flourished, and we prospered, becoming an affluent nation. In our golden age, we controlled over half the continent, and
Master Croy,
You're boring me. I've gotta go. So I believe we found the mentor for Velvet. Because teacher is also another word for mentor.
Welcome! What can I get you today? Thank you very much.
Princess, I'm off to earn some money. These days, I can get a fair amount of coins by working in the Fairy Kingdom.
I'm sure nothing bad will happen there. Nope, not at all. I don't predict that a war is gonna happen. So we're starting off in the Netherworld. Cool. Why not?
As we have discussed before, there are several prophecies about this land. All of them refer to the end of the world, caused by 5 disasters: a monster, a fire, a king of death, a cauldron, and a dragon. The prophecies about our own nation were similar.
Ingwe and I were taught about these prophecies when we were younger.
Princess Velvet, do not have an answer regarding how to save the two of you.
Oh.
Master Croy.
Any instructor would be vague.
Coming from the frickin' wise men.
For their pupil.
Scoldy.
Is this an acquaintance of yours?
No, not at all.
Before the first Valentine ever came to this land, the prophecies regarding this area were already ancient. They are more accurate than the tales coming from less enlightened nations.
How dare you insinuate that my country's wisdom is fallacious?
Oh boy.
King Galen of my country, Titania,
See, this is why we don't talk
listed these
politics.
prophecies in an epic poem. The truth behind the catastrophe can be found in these verses.
And where are these poems? I would like to see them.
The Psalms have been scattered and are lost. One section has been passed by word of mouth, however, it is quite vague.
If you know not the words, 'tis best to admit that you do not know them. All wise men respect honesty.
No, you don't.
If you continue your folly, you will never find the answer you seek.
You do not seek a debate. All you want is a fight.
Thank you.
Oh,
What an asshole he is.
Be careful. Anger is likely to disrupt the amount of blood reaching one's brain.
Then I salute your extensive knowledge. I bid you farewell.
Fucking dick. Ugh.
Master! That wasn't nice, Scoldy.
I spoke only the truth. 'Tis
What?
fact that
Look
the
at
Psalms
him.
foretell events to come.
You think this guy's on the up and up?
To read the whole scripture?
Only King Galen knows the entire poem. But Galen is held prisoner in the Netherworld.
You once said you are able to go to the Netherworld.
Yes, indeed, I can.
I'd like to know the truth. If the epic poems tell of destruction,
I shall take you there and hand them to you. But please do not forget, if you seek fish, you must first bait the hook.
Don't make a deal with this guy. Don't make a
what is
deal.
it you want?
Don't do it.
Oh, the request of one as old as I is but a trifle. I ask for a single book. If I can borrow the Book of Transformation.
That sounds like a bad book.
That is a book of magic scribed by my grandfather.
I wouldn't give it to him.
'Tis my kingdom's treasure. It is not mine to give.
I only ask to borrow it for a short time.
Uh-huh.
I see.
Well, let us go before we change our minds.
There was no agreement set forth. I don't think she agreed to give you that. I don't think that ever happened. Whatever, we're in the Netherworld now. So now we gotta go talk to King Galen. Oh boy. I'm sure Odette will be super hyped for that. Well, at least we're getting the Netherworld out of the way first, so that's alright. We got a Phozon Prism to begin with. What'd we get? What's the first move in Velvet's repertoire? Dancing Chain. Okay. I think I mentioned this in a previous update, that you usually get the first, like, Phozon you get is usually, like, one of the things that you keep in your arsenal pretty much for the rest of the game. This one is okay. It's alright, but there's one that's a lot better that we get, you know, a little later on. This one's just kind of, it's alright. It does some damage. But I wouldn't say this should be in Velvet's main arsenal. But yeah, that's kind of what that's Dancing Chain. It's more or less just it's Scorpions get over here. Only it doesn't drag your opponents closer to you. And it really only works if there's more than one opponent. Otherwise, it just does 2 hits.
Poison if you want. Unfortunately, I do not have a blade to coat with it.
As usual, just grab the area map and let's keep on trucking. This one little poison area is always so damn annoying. Just constant damage, because fuck you. I really should have used the antidote, because that kind of nullifies poison, but whatever. It's fine. Got a power stone. There we go. All better. I love that Velvet just, like, straight up just swings around like Spider-Man. Every character has their own unique method of, like, getting around. Oswald can go through little shadow portals. Cornelius, like, uses his little sword to fly like a helicopter. Gwendolyn can fly, so can Mercedes. Yeah, no, and freaking Velvet just Spider-Mans her way around. It's great. Ugh. Awful lot of striped tentacles. Beetlejuice, Oogie Boogie tentacles. Ugh, it's gross. It's bad. Midboss! Oh look, speak of the devil, it's the Boltergeist. Dancing Chain seems to do a lot of, like, little effects on him. Ugh. Just an evil, horrible hybrid of Oogie Boogie and Beetlejuice. It's just awful. It's gross. Yeah, Dancing Chain is okay, but we're gonna get a skill, like, soon enough that just is immensely more useful. That just blows it out of the water. You'd think that Velvet would be kind of like more of a spellcaster, and yeah, she does have a lot more like, spells to work with, but she actually has quite a few, like, really good physical attacks. But Velvet's whole, like, gimmick is, besides the range that she's got, it's also, her whole thing is, it's burn damage. Her move is burn damage. Just set the enemy on fire. Hate these things. Yeah! Yeah, and the ranking just goes down to A. Oh, it dropped down to B. That's bad. That is not good. Yeah, I'm not a fan of A ranks. Not really. That's why I don't really care for the Netherworld. Some of these enemies you just have to it takes a while to hit them.
I will not hand over my treasure. Eh? Why didn't you say you had money? My greed is the very reason I'm down here, but I do not regret it.
Pretty sure that's Nolan North too. I feel like Nolan North voices a lot of characters in this game. I'm almost positive that he voices Scaldy and a few other NPCs. Because, I mean, if you've already got Nolan North, you may as well use him as much as you can. The wind-up on that move is just absurd. No wonder these guys can't really hit me. It is pretty satisfying to get, like, Dancing Chain on a whole group of enemies, which is what you usually deal with, but as far as, like, dealing with bosses, there are better moves. Oh, thanks, game. Thanks. Just put the treasure chest in the acid poison water. Midboss. Oh boy, it's a Halia. Not very scary since he's like only level 3. Yeah, exactly. Oh, he got one hit in. Yeah, it's that move that's always the spooky one. When his arm just like starts vibrating like crazy. Ugh, it's awful. I don't much care for it. There's some secret in here. But the secret is you have to be a dick and just kill that guy. Sun Key. Because you don't immediately think, oh, I need to whack one of these skeletons. Yeah, well. That is pretty satisfying, I have to say. Pretty satisfying. I really like the animations on the Gravitril. Secret foes on Prism. All right, what's our new move? We got Flare Shot. Release flames that crawl along the ground ahead. Let's go ahead and improve Dancing Chain just a little bit. We'll use it a little bit more, but again, once I get a certain Phozon Prism, yeah, then we'll pretty much be using that exclusively. In terms of, like, physical attacks. A Phantasmagoric Chain. That's such a fun, that's such a cool word. Phantasmagoria. Phantasmagoric. There's a game called Phantasmagoria. I never played it myself. I think it was like, I think it was one of those, I forget what they were actually called. It's one of those games where they have like live action actors like with Night Trap. And it dealt with like super crazy, spooky, like ghosts and shit like that happening to normal people. It had super grim and like gory imagery. I never played it myself. I'm not that big into those kind of games. Let's go ahead and fight the boss of this area. I wonder who it could be. Oh boy, oh boy.
Why did you not assist me? Disappearing like that.
'Cause he's a dick.
As you promised, I did borrow the book in question.
I don't think she promised that either.
Missing the section regarding the curse of the Puka. As it stands, I cannot help your current situation.
The pages were removed. Ingwe must have interfered.
Because Ingwe knows these guys can't be trusted.
If the Queen catches us, she will not allow us to leave. The King's prison cell should be nearby.
I smell warm blood. Do I sense live humans?
Oh boy, there's that friendly voice.
Titania, it is I.
Begone, you demons. I have already declined your request.
Great King, although you do not wish it, we will one day release you.
Why? He said he doesn't want to.
Is different.
We come here to ask you, scribe of Arian's greatest epic, about the world's end.
The scent of the blood coursing through your veins, I remember it.
I am Princess Velvet of Valentine.
His grandchild.
Please tell me of the prophecies that are based on the Psalms.
And there goes Scully, just like skulking away. What a dick.
I wish to oppose destiny and escape a curse that would cause my death.
Oh no, the Halia will hear us.
This is all that is left in my head and in my hands. Seek out the rest. I shall dream about you saving the world. Ah, the corpse that calls itself royalty.
Oh, sick burn.
To torture us.
Well, I'm out. Later.
Silence, Scout.
What a bitch.
I do not recall allowing visitors into the prison.
Queen Odette of the Netherworld.
You say you are from Valentine. The memory of that name makes me furious. That criminal you all call a king. He stole my eye and crawled out onto the earth.
So wait, are you missing an eye or what?
Father?
Your rudeness continues. Tearing you limb from limb is not punishment enough.
Well, I guess it's time to fight. The Aryan Saga. Let's have a quick read. The land sinks into the cauldron's fire. Through blades and arrows are unleashed. The flooding fire cannot be stopped. It can only be chained. A fiery six-eyed beast speeds the guiding hand of salvation. The one who removes the torment is mine own son. The Lord of the Netherworld emerges in a triumphant march of death. One that threatens the darkness is the shadow of the lost master. The looming blaze cometh, burning down the forest. The flood of fire that man cannot withstand is halted by the world tree and vanishes. The Lord of Snakes consumes all left behind. Born in chaos and fire, sleep in mother's arms. Life disappears from the land. All comes to an end. So pretty heavy shit. That sounds a lot like Ragnarok. So we're fighting Odette again. Oh boy. There's flare shot. It's okay. It's okay. It's not really doing a whole lot against Odette, but you know what? It looks neat. More fire attacks. I like a character who's, you know, elemental. And Velvet is all about fire. Yeah! How do you like that? How does the cold, icy grip of death feel once it's on fire? Not too good, I imagine. Oh, baby. Yeah, Dancing Chain is doing okay work, but again, we're going to be replacing it soon enough. I would say that I'm surprised that, you know, Scaldy left us hanging, but that would be a complete and utter lie, because he's an asshole, and all the wise men are assholes. Don't get to see it all that much, but Odette uses, like, freaking guillotines. I like it. It's real cool. Mostly we've just seen the whole spider undercarriage thing, which is all kinds of spooky. Whoa, goodness. And down she goes. So I think that's the last time we're going to be fighting Odette. Oh, boy.
The Holly are gathering. We're completely surrounded.
And by we, I mean you.
You stupid girl. We cannot run after angering the queen.
Oh.
That's...
Fuck. Fuck you, ghosts. It's Odin.
In this realm of death, I mistook you for my beloved, your mother, my dearest daughter, Velvet.
Odin. This man drove my mother mad.
Creatures born of fragmented souls. I shall pound you into your graves if you do not leave us.
We're already dead, so, you know.
Criminal Odin, you will never be forgiven.
You have been warned, you fool.
I'd run. There he goes.
It's you again, Odin.
Tis I, you queen of rotting cadavers.
Sick burn.
I shall decline from kissing your hand, but I shall restrain myself while in your court.
Is that what you call it?
After stealing my jewels, how does a thief call himself restrained?
You also threw a freaking flail at a guy's face.
The world are quite useful. 'Tis a waste to leave them. Casting off darkness and shining through, you cannot defeat me. It will be my own hand that finally nails your casket shut.
Do not think you will die peacefully.
Well, I mean, he's a Norse god, so I don't think dying peacefully is what he wants.
Don't come near me.
Understandable.
Something must be wrong. If you have come to save me.
The Holly are growing impatient. But they do not tremble nor shy away. Let me take you to the Netherworld's exit.
Whoa.
So that girl is Odin's daughter. I must escape quickly too.
I probably could have done this a lot sooner, but whatever. Whee! Frickin' glowing finger piece of shit. What's our new foes on Prism? Fire Pillar. Another burning move. Yeah, it's just another pillar of fire. It's just a pillar of fire. It's pretty good. It's alright. Anyway, that's going to do it for this update. In the next update, I guess we're going to try to learn more about Ragnarok. Until then, thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you in the next update. Until then, see ya.